G'day and welcome to my hobby room, and this is the live show which got off to a really bad start because, as usual, YouTube moved the goalposts, and me being a dumb old bastard that I am, clicked the buttons thinking I was doing what I was doing, sitting here quietly with a mouthful of teeth, thinking I was chatting away to the world, and there were no bloody people watching. You're watching now. You're watching now, yeah. I did tune the banjo this morning. Well, I tried to. But I can see why Bask was having problems. It's actually the strings are buggered. They're like all over the place. So sorry. It's just too horrible. I mean, my playing's bad enough as it is with an untuned banjo. I really need to buy some new strings, so I better do that. And speaking of strings, here's the thing. Those of you that know, those of you members know that best present for me, for my birthday, right? Best present was a guitar. Yes. She got me a black 335. Yeah. It's not a Gibson, I don't think. Well, it sort of has a name on the top of it. It says Glibsun. Glibsun. So I think it's Chinese copy. I think it's Chinese because, I mean, there's no way Bask could afford a real one. Real one's, what, about $7,000 or something ridiculous? I know they're not cheap. And even an Ibanez one that I wanted, looked at that, they're about $1,500 to $3,000 depending on which quality you get. So, don't know, I think Bass saved up some coupons or something and got this one like on Temu or something like that. You know, it's like a $5 one. So it's very nice. It's nicely built. It plays nicely, but I've got no amplifier. But strings, yeah, the strings on it were a little bit too heavy gauge, right? They were just a little bit too hard for my delicate little hands, and I always really like strings. So I wanted some strings. So Saturday morning, I thought, I'll just go to a local music store and I'll buy myself some strings. How hard can it be? Well, it turns out it's next to near impossible. Yeah, a little app on my phone, right, that tells you where to go. Siri, she's the fella. And so, you know, I asked, I won't say it, but I asked her, the Siri person, nearest music store. She took me to 3, right? Well, she gave me directions to 3. One was this guy's house, and he kind of just fixed guitars, but he occasionally would sell strings. But he wasn't open on a Saturday morning and just told me to piss off. So, all right, okay. So that was bad. The next one was a proper store. I mean, it said it was, and I found the shopping centre, and I walked all through, and I walked everywhere. I even had on my phone, you know, the thing that's supposed to direct you to there, so I feel like a complete idiot walking along, and it's going, in 2 metres, go left. In 4 metres, wipe your ass. In 6 metres, blow your nose. You know, so I feel like a complete bloody idiot walking around with his phone telling me where to go. And I finally got to the place, and they closed down. Yep, they closed down. They're no longer there. They only do music lessons now, and they do it from somewhere else. Right? So there was option number 3, which seemed reasonable. They had a website still. I tried to put an order in on the website for some strings to pick up, but it weren't taking orders on the website. That should have been my first clue. Because, you know, if they're not taking orders on the website, maybe, well, okay, so again, now I've done about 50 kilometres driving around in friggin' circles trying to find a music store just to buy a pair of stinking strings. I mean, I've played musical instruments all my life. You just go down to a music store, they usually open Saturday morning, you walk in, you grab your strings and you go home. The whole thing takes like 5 minutes. So 2 hours later, finally, Siri gets me to this place, right? And I go up and down the street, can't see anything. All the lights are out, it's not going, you know. And I went, so I typed in, is, whatever they were called, Nexus Music or whatever they call themselves, I forget what they're called, Binary Music. Is Binary Music still open? Binary Music closed on Friday. So if I'd gone down on the Friday, I probably could have bought some strings. But they closed Friday afternoon. Shut. Kaput. After 25 years. Gone. So I went home. No strings. All I did was driven around, used up a whole lot of bloody petrol, which I can't afford. I thought, well, this is ridiculous. So, you know, what am I going to do? If you want to help support this channel, tug mugs, T-shirts, They're not only with the rondelle, I've got them that there's ones with Bask Dercat on. There's new ones coming out with Bask Dercat, and there's Tug, right, the unheard gooch, and WorkBench new kits, and also Fokker the rivet counters. All those are available, and we've got a new one coming out which we're sort of trialing. It's the one that has like the little British seal or whatever, or the crown, and it goes, "Don't panic," you know, boom, 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 you know, and this one's going to go, "Don't panic, Fokker the rivet counters," you know, something like that. We're working on it. We're trying to check on the legalities of using that. And a lot of people do it. And Bask will have a new one out about fish because, I mean, she just had her birthday. I think you all saw those posts. Yeah, Bask had a birthday. Very happy. She had fish. Fish and fish, fish. In fact, she had so much fish and slept on the bed. Trouble is with her, the next day, she wanted the same. Fish, fish, fish. And so when I gave her chicken for breakfast, she just stuck her nose up. She's down here at the moment between my legs, you know. But I know if I pick her up, she'll probably go bloody berserk crazy. So, okay. WorkBench and new kits. Right. Who can guess how many new kits there have been in the last 3 months, right? Because these things, this is an Equinox one. The last one was a solstice, so they're always 3 months apart. They're seasonal. So put down your numbers, right? I'll wait for a response. How many of you can guess how many new kits in the last 3 months? So I'll put my extra strong glasses on. Somebody's typed something. 5. Well, that's very optimistic. Very optimistic. I didn't buy 5 kits last year. 5 new kits. No, 5, 8. 5, 8. I don't know. Who can read these things? 5. 4. Yeah, getting better. 3.75. Getting closer. Getting closer. 5, 4, 3. Keep going down. Come on, you can get there. Yeah. If you have to, take your shoes and socks off if you need to count, right? Because I know it's difficult for some of you. Some of you people, when it comes to mathematics, you just eyeballs roll over and everything, all right? So hang on. 3, no. 2, no. Come up. Keep going. Down, 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 down. I was going to learn down, down and play on the new guitar, but with the whole bloody string debacle. In the end, with that string, like I told you, the string story, being everywhere looking for frigging strings, there's no shops, they're all shut. In the end, I just, as a sort of a last-ditch attempt, I just went on Amazon, typed in, right, Ernie Ball, Super Slinky, 9 to 42s, that's what I wanted, right? Boom, up it came. They were cheaper than what I would have paid in the shops, right? About $5 cheaper. Thunderbirds they go, yeah. And delivery next day. So on the Saturday, I ordered a stand for my guitar and I ordered the strings. And then yesterday afternoon, which was Sunday for me, strings, stand, all turned up. Free delivery. Smiling Oriental man came over. Hello, Hardy, is it your order? Yeah, that's how he spoke. I'm not being derogative or racist. That's exactly how he talked. Lovely guy. Really nice guy. And I thanked him very much and sent him on his way. But, yeah, we had a lot of them. A lot of the Asians and Indians and everything around here that are running everything, especially the Indian restaurants. But you expect that, and that's good. You want an Indian running an Indian restaurant, believe me. You get the best curries. So, all right, you're giving up. You've all gone 2, 1. It's interesting. I can see them up there, but, it's the bottom of this. Here we are. It's upside down, Harry. It's upside down. Everything's upside down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, David, you were the closest. Because in the last 3 months, I bought... I'm laughing because as my hand went up, I knocked over the box that I was going to show you that the guitar came in, and it fell on Bask Dercat, so she's really pissed off now. I got 0, 0, 0, 0, none. Nicht, nicht, nin, nada, zilch. I thought I'd at least bought one, but no. I mean, the last thing that I got was that Biram, and that was at the end of the last 3-month period. So when I did the solstice, middle of the year, WorkBench new kits, I had that to show, and I lost a Gladiator or whatever, and I haven't bought a kit. I have not bought one kit in 3 months. But I mean, I don't need to. I mean, my stash You can't see it's over there. Slightly different angle, and I've got the blinds up. Put the blinds up. They're finally they're cut and shaped and everything. They're fitting. I'm sort of trying out a few new angles because the way I got the hobby room now, I can do things that are slightly different and seeing what works best. You know, what works best. I could just get a big green screen and then put myself, you know, wherever I want. But look, you know, that's what everyone else does. You know, I like to do something different. All right, so there were zero new kits. So as far as the workbench and new kits go, it's just going to be a workbench video. And what do we got on the workbench? Well, you know that I am building the horse fight. The horse fight is being built, and we've even got it here. And I am just putting the final touch. It's pretty well finished. I mean, it looks kind of finished. I've just got the masks going. They're all prepared and they're ready to go on. And then I'll rig those up, the notch rigging to add on those. I've got to scratch some flag posts here at the prow and the stern. So that's got to be done. A little bit of weathering on it, not much at all. And I've got the little aeroplanes. Now, I thought I had the correct aeroplanes because the ones there look right. They're biplanes and the wings are folded back and everything. Then I noticed the propellers were at the front. And this had a walrus. They had walrus. Well, I probably had a few different aircraft, but I want the walrus because that's generally the walrus goes. Remember the walrus? Go back and watch that video. There'll probably be a link here somewhere for the replay. Yeah, and the replay will edit a link. We'll put it up there. But the walrus, yeah, the propeller is behind the wings. It's a push me, not a pull me. Okay? So, yeah, you know. So I have to figure out a way that I can change that. What I might be able to do is just simply keep the wings and the floats and everything that are in the kit, and I might be able to 3D print a little walrus body and then cut the propeller off. Well, the propeller is a separate part if it's not glued, and put it on the back. So I'm going to make some little walruses. I'm going to scratch walrus, yes. Now, the Amerigo Vespucci. Now, I love it. I really do. I love this kit. It's just a gorgeous little thing. But watch the videos. Not that that's such a problem anymore because I don't really worry about those numbers, right? I don't worry about them. In fact, some of the numbers have gone up since I've stopped making monetized videos. Go figure. Although I'll probably monetize this for the Great Unwashed. Yeah, you guys can pay for it. They only have the cut down version, so they'll have the version without all the fucks. Yeah. But I love this little kit, and I had worked out a way to do those dead eyes. They're sort of dead eyes. They're kind of like dead eyes. They're really just, they're just tensioners and the little round rings, and they're sort of tensioners, and they're all white. I actually 3D printed some. I think I posted some pictures a while back. So I've got some 3D printed ones that have been put on. But I needed then to remove the beads. I put little beads on. I remember trying to simulate, but they were kind of oversized, and they just looked like two balls of snot on the deck there. So I very carefully got in with a pair of nippers and went, nip. I went, okay, nip, nip, nip. And then all disaster, I accidentally over-nipped and the whole thing tore and it ripped it off. So I gave up and I tore off the rigging for the stern and the bow, and I will have to re-rig that, but that's okay. It's faster to do it when it's not on video. And then I will put in now my little dead-eye things, right, little tensioners, the white ones. They're all one piece. It's just a big piece that I just go, so they'll be really easy to put in. So I will get that done. I'll finish this off. I'll put masks on it. Right, this is Lavasa and Oro ground. I grind it myself. Yep, I do. Grind it myself between my cheekbones. Yep. It's a special technique. You put the beans in a little bag and you stuff it up your ass, and then do that, right? And out it comes. Because I thought, well, there are coffees that go through animals and come out their bottom. So I thought, why not come out of my bottom? And it kind of works, but the coffee kind of tastes like curry and predominantly fart. Yeah, so, yeah. Coffee. Who's drinking coffee? Oh, good on you. Who's that? Ronnie. Good on you, Ronnie. Yes, coffee's good. Get yourself a tug mug, mate. We also have pillows in the shop. They're Bask Dercat pillows. I think Edwin bought one. Yeah, Bask Dercat pillow. What's this one? Lagavulin. Lagavulin. Well, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's your type of whiskey, your pure malt. All right. So that'll be like a Scottish one. So you've got to say it with Scottish accent. Hey, laddie, it's fucking Lagavulin. I don't know. I mean, when I drank whiskey, I like Glenfiddich. So you probably go, stick your nose up at that. But in Australia, the whiskies we get, we just don't know. We get stuff from overseas. Do that. A dimple was nice. I used to enjoy that. That was really good. It was really good. You need one of those mugs? Yes, you do. Why don't you do need one of those mugs? There are sales. I should watch out. I'll post when there's a sale because sometimes they're like 50% off in the shop. So I don't really have control over it that much. But the I should check because they automatically run promotions and sales for me. It's all out of my hands. I actually don't do anything other than I supply the designs and then they take over and they sell it and promote it and do everything. And then, you know, every now and then they send me $1. Where were we? What were we talking about? God knows. Oh, Workbench. So, yes. So, Warspite, I might do the Vespucci in my own time, and that'd be just a meow during the week, right? So, you know, the Great Unwashed won't see that. What I'll do is when the Amerigo Vespucci is finished, right, I'll take bits out of all the videos that I've done over the years, compile it, and I'll make a one. This is the building of, because people seem to like a video where you've got it from yo to go, right? So they basically the complete build, not so much the box open. They couldn't give a rat's ass. That's one thing. But a lot of people seem to like a build all the way through. Because it takes me years to build a kit, it's sort of, you'd be waiting quite a while before I could do a complete. Right? The only time I ever had complete videos is when actually I wasn't making videos on YouTube for a while, and then I actually built kits and got them done, and then I had complete set of photos, everything, and I made videos like this is the whole build. So this is what I'll do now. I'll probably have a build that I tinker with during the week, and that'll be in the meow, right? And if you don't know what the meow is, that was the members extraordinary waffle, right? Or midweek extra on modelling, you know, or wobbling, or wibbling, wobbling, I don't know. Something that starts, it's MEOW, right? Yeah? Yes, Bask. Yes. Yes, Bask says she named that one. Yeah, she names them all. Comes up with all these silly names, like special hobby interest topics. Yeah. Right. HoudiniModels.com. There's links there for all kinds of things. Hopefully I've got links to stores. I think actually you can push shop on there, but I think it goes to the Australian one. Not sure. There's two shops. There's one merchandise shop in Australia, right? So that's good. So for Australians, the postage is really cheap. Prices are very good. And then there's one in La America, so you won't be paying any, you know, tariffs. No, those tantrums, no, because it's in La America. So it's just local. You just pay local postage or whatever, and away you go. So one's in Australian dollars, one's in US dollars. So you just got to watch that, because the Australian one will look like it's expensive to Americans, but it's not. Australian dollars are worth nothing. Right. So it's just nothing. So, you know, just halve it. That's probably what it is in American dollars. Now, what have we got here? Glacier moves faster. Yes, well, I am a bit glacial. Yeah, my build thing. I've been working on the Titanic model for 3 years. Yeah, look, it takes time. And I've had to be realistic. I mean, I was sitting down thinking, you know, I do have a lot of ships, and I got rid of the battleships because I realised I wouldn't get around to building them. I got rid of my cars, all my racing cars. I realised, you know, I'm flat out building that Tamiya one. I really want to do that. That'll be next year. So Workbench, next year, I will try and squeeze in Tamiya car, even if it's one I do in a meow during the week. And then finally take all the bits from the meow. You know, if it takes me a couple of months to put it together in the meows, right? And then produce a whole video. So that might be the thing from now on, is I might have this build going on in the background that members and, you know, Patreons and Courage supporters, you'll get to see. You'll see me sort of fiddling with it. And as the actress said to the priest, yeah, fiddle with it. You'll get to see it. But the Great Unwashed will see that as an entire video when it's all spliced together at the end. Yes, that'll be you, Bask. Yes. She's still pissed off with me because the guitar box fell down, because she has a little mat. She has a little mat in the corner room here where she sits, where she knows she's safe and I will not tread on her and everything's good, and she sits there during the day when I'm on the computer on the workbench. And now she'll be forever scarred. Mid-October is not the end of the year. Mid-October is where... the sadist. Yes, the sadist is back. Yes, I've been promising it for so long, but definitely it is, no matter what. As the Amerigo Vespucci I will do on my own time, but this will be the weekly video. This is what it will be. We'll get back to making videos. That's what we're going to do. We're going to knuckle down. That's what we're going to do, is just make videos, okay? And I'll share what I can. I might extend the one that goes out to everyone else to maybe twice a month, right? Because there has been rumbles. There have been a lot of dislikes and a lot of rumbles. Although, viewer membership, what do you call it? What do you call it? Subscriber account. Goodness me. It's Monday morning first thing. I really should. I'd love to do these like in my afternoon. But when I do that, all you bastards are sleeping. Right? So the only people that can watch is Australians. And Australians don't generally like me. I don't know why. There are some Australian supporters, and my numbers have grown, but generally Australians don't like me. Don't know why. Don't know what it is. What is it? What is it you don't like about me? Don't know. I do go to like the shows and everything, and people are nice to me and people say hello. But as far as YouTube goes, my lowest count. Like I get more people out of Germany and Austria, and I think more people watch from China where they don't even have YouTube than Australians watch me. So yeah, Australians. It's like you're never liked in your own hometown. You never. Anyhow, what I was getting to before. Come Christmas Day, this is what I will open. Christmas Day, I might even do a little live box opening Christmas Day for me. Yeah, no one will be watching. You'll all be too busy rooting Santa. Yeah. But come Christmas Day, I am going to work on this. So Christmas Day, Boxing Day, when there's no work, there's nothing else to do. I don't know what days of the week they are. Does anyone know? Does anyone know? We can check. I've got a computer. I can check. Let me have a look. Calendar. September. What month's it in? December. February. December. It's a Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, your 4-day weekend. Brady. We'll have a 4-day weekend. 4-day weekend. Great Western. That's all I'm going to do. Well, I'll be playing my new guitar. That's what I will be doing. Really excited about that. Once I get back up to speed, I used to play guitar. I mean, I played guitar for over 50 years. And I played in bands when I was younger. And, I've done a lot of stuff with guitar. But I switched to banjo about 20 years ago. And I had a guitar for a while, but about 10 years ago, I sold my guitar. I guess it just wasn't, I had an Ibanez. It was the sunburst one with the hummingbird on the front and everything. And, it was gorgeous. And I totally worked at it at a bone nut and lowered bridge. And, the whole bloody works and polished neck. And you name it. It was beautiful. And I paid a whole $250 for it with a case. But that was like, that was early 80s. Yeah, early 80s. So that was a lot of years ago. It was over 40 years ago now. And about 10 years ago, I sold it with the case. And I put it up for $250. Thought I'd be cheeky. And I'd probably drop it to $200 if someone made me an offer. Guy came in with $250 cash and said, yeah. And I said, is that price, did I go too low? He said, your case, because it was a really good padded case, he said, your case is worth $250 alone. He said, I'll probably sell your guitar. But he said, hang on. He checked it. Hang on, this is the Hummingbird. This is a rare guitar. They only made this for a short while. He said, you probably could have sold the whole lot of this for about $1,000. And I didn't know. And it was too late. He'd actually given me the cash and I'd handed him everything. And before I could actually punch him in the face and, snaffle everything back and throw the money up his nose, he'd gone. He got a bargain. So this goes to show you should do your research. I had $1,000 worth of guitar and case and didn't know it. Sold the whole thing for $250. Yeah. There is Warspite in the next few weeks. Finish it out the way. Amerigo Vespucci kind of get done in the background, and eventually I'll just put out a full build video on that. Sadler starts in October and goes all the way through to Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, Great Western. So that is the format for the rest of 2025. Come 2026, we'll continue on with the Great Western. I really want to try and do as much as possible. It's not that complicated a kit. There's a few things I'll 3D with it, but I might even pre-prepare those and have them designed and done. Like I've got the rat lines done for it. So there's a few things like there's railings missing and stuff like that. I might have a go and actually have those printed and do those up as sort of something to do in my own time before. So when we come to build it, everything's there. I've got pre-printed stuff and everything like that. And then I'll put those up. They'll be free too. I'll put those up on a website. You can have those. Not the rat lines. You'll get free rat lines, you bastards. No. What did I spend? 300-400 failed prints. Yeah. There's a huge box of all the prints that failed until I figured out the order. Now, 2026. What are we going to do in 2026? Well, I probably will do that Tamiya racing car as a midweek thing. Yeah. Shock horror. I've got it out in my little to build sort of cabinet thing, so it stares at me. So once I got the Amerigo Vespucci out, this might be the Meow. I might sort of play with this, my Meow. So it might take 6 months or even a year to get built, but there you go. And as soon as I've got a sizable amount done with the Meows, I might compile that together and make that put that together as a video for, well, Bask will put that, Bask edits them. Put that together as a video that you can watch. So I hope you'd like that. Yeah, tell me a kit. Oh, good on you. Yeah, they're not my favourite, but I do like the racing cars. So yeah, and if I get that finished and I've really enjoyed it, then I might buy one more just to go, because I had that Tyrrell and I really liked it. But the one I liked most was the JPS Lotus. But I sold all those. You know who you are. You got a whole bloody box of them because I needed the money at the time to move house. Yeah, because I needed $4,000 to move house. Ridiculous. So sold off most of my stash. But I've still got about 70 kits still, and how many more years until I'm dribbling, walking on my Zimmer frame, trying to chase the gummies in the bloody old people's home. Come here, darling. My Bertha's got a bloody puncture, so I can't use her. So come on, quickly, roll over and think of England. And there are series I haven't finished, like the St. Louis. So the St. Louis will be back on the bench, probably Easter, say. We'll plan for Easter. So Easter of next year, the St. Louis will come back, and I will, well, what's left to do? I think I've only got the yards and the bloody, I've got to finish the rigging. I don't know whether I'll use the plastic rat lines on it. I think I'd rather go back to my old using cordage and do it that way. I'm happy with that, even though I'd made some plastic ones for it for the demo, but it's a big enough ship and I really enjoy doing it with cordage. Anyway, I only ever designed the plastic rat lines for the people that really wanted them, that asked for them, right? That said, because I've had extra requests for them for the Cuttersuck and a few others, and I've got orders from last year for like the Glorious and the Santa Maria or the Pinta or the Nina or something, or one of those guys, one of those Christopher Columbus type ones, right? And I will get those done. Now I've got the method all worked out and the printer's reliable, that I'm getting 24 out of 25 are printing fine, so the attrition rate is only tiny, and it's only if it's a bad day or the printer isn't fully warmed up or I wiped a curry stain on the thing, so they will come out quicker and faster, and hopefully I can get all pre-orders out, even those ones that were ordered last November, get them out before this November. But next year, the St. Louis, that's on my list. Okay, that's one that I will again knuckle down. That will be my big build. I might do little things that'll be in the meows, but my big build with St. Louis. So if you're only watching this on the replay and you're not a member, you're not a patron, or you're a Curry supporter, then you'll see videos, 2 videos a month maybe, of the St. Louis being built. That's sort of how it'll be. Then what do we do at the end of next year? Well, I want to go back to the prints. Right, the prints is important. The prints needs to be done, but I need to do a lot of work on that, because I only really had the hull sides painted and most of the gilding. I sort of faked a dry fit. It needs a bit, and I'm not happy with the deck. Like if you saw my video of the fixed kits, which I think was Meow number 1, remember Meow number 1? Yeah, and I sort of looked at the prints and went, so I'm still in 2 minds as to whether to completely rebuild that deck, because I do have some 3D files and they would work, but I won't try and print them with wood filament. I'll just print the plastic ones. I will cover them with the veneer planks, because I've got tons of it. I've got enough veneer planks for the rest of my life, for every kit I've got, and some. I mean, I bought up big on them, so I'll put those little veneer wood planks on. So we'll do that. So we'll do the prints. So next year, Great Western, St. Louis, prints. In between all that, there might be an Amerigo Vespucci. In between all that, there might be the Tamiya. Now, if there's time, if time permits, I want to build a little seaplane. So there's a choice of a few. And there's the Catalina that I recently reviewed. We could do that one, right? There's another one. Oh, there's the Boeing Clipper. We could do that one, right? Catalina, Boeing Clipper. And there's a third one. I can't remember what it is. I'm sure I had 3. Mine's blank. But anyhow, we'll just put it down to the Catalina and the Boeing Clipper. I'm sure I had another one. Maybe I mentioned it. All right. So there's 2. There are 2 seaplanes. And they're only little ones, both very small scales. I think the Catalina is 1/72nd, but the Boeing Clipper is 1 to 144. So they're only little things. So they're really only very short builds. Now, maybe sometime, maybe in the middle of the year if I want to take a break, you know, I will do one of those. All right, that's it. That's all I've got to say for this one. I think the numbers are going down. Oh, we did get to 11 at one stage. If you tuned in late, tough shit. You'll have to wait for the replay. All right, I'm going to go have some breakfast now and warm up my coffee. So, goodbye from Australia, and it's hooroo from Harry Houdini. Is it best? Yes? Oh, I'll have to go and give her some fish.